Welcome, everyone. I'm Kimberly Boschman, and this is the Intentionally Intuitive podcast. In this episode, we're going to take a look at the energies for March 2021 for life path number 7. This is a general reading. If you're interested in a personalized reading, please book some time with me. My information is in the description box below. So March is an 8 universal cycle. And so collectively, we may be seeing influences of business, power, responsibility, money and resources, as well as karma. So this is quite literally a month where what you choose to sow, you will ultimately reap. Okay. So this is going to be a time where you want to be very aware of where and what you choose to invest your time, your energy, and your resources into. Make sure that they feel somewhat aligned for you and that you're not strictly doing it out of influence or manipulation from something or someone from the external, but that there's some kind of spark for you in whatever it is that you're choosing to invest your time and energy into at this time. This is a great time for business ventures. So this can include looking for work, obtaining work, promotions, securing additional clients, starting a business, anything along those lines. This is just a great energy for anything related to business. 8 tends to rule the material plane. So this can be a time of recognition, rewards, additional sales, as well as responsibility or more responsibility and pressure. So when it comes to sales, if you're looking to sell your home or sell a business or sell land or something like that, or if you're in some kind of job that require, that you are a salesperson, you may see a spike in sales at this time. So this is a really good cycle for any type of selling. So keep that in mind. When it comes to the additional responsibility and pressure, what I mean by that is with promotions, with, starting a business, any of those things, it's like with that added sort of responsibility comes added pressure to meet those additional deadlines or those, that higher, that leveling up type thing. And so a lot of times we put that pressure on ourselves, but a lot of times it just comes with the territory, right? We get something that's requires more attention, more expertise, that sort of thing, requires additional responsibility. And so the only thing I would really say to that is make sure that you have resources and tools in place to be able to manage that additional responsibility and pressure so that you don't become burned out or overworked or resentful or whatever the case may be, because it's going to be really important for you at this time to continue to find ways to balance your divine masculine energy of action with that divine feminine energy of stillness and rest. So this can be a time of doors opening for you that you never thought would open. This can be a time for people in power choosing to help you if you ask. You may also be the one in power who has an opportunity to help someone who comes to you. So if that happens, do so graciously. If you believe in karma, this can also be a time of karmic debts coming due, or for those karmic debts to be paid off. So maybe you've completed your contract with this person or this experience, and so you may see things show up for you indicating that debt is now paid. You may see new relationships enter your life at this time, where the two of you have past karma to be cleared. And so you've got a contract in this lifetime to make sure that you do that. If a debt has been paid, you may see that materialize for you sort of in the physical, in the way of something like inheritance or some kind of legacy of some sort. This can be a great cycle for reclaiming your own power back from those who have taken your power from you in some way, whether that's through control or manipulation, or where you have given your power away on your own, such as with addictions. So this is a wonderful cycle for reclaiming that which is energetically yours and releasing the stories which were never yours to carry to begin with. So I pulled an animal spirit card for you all to see what the overall energy for this month would be. And you all got stag spirit. And this is a beautiful energy. And it's his message is take the lead. But what I want to mention about this is, what's particularly striking about this card is that, or the artwork of this card, is that it's this big, powerful buck deer. So, this powerful stag, and it's got these huge, mighty antlers. And adorning those antlers are a bunch of flowers and blooms and very feminine energy. And so again, it's this energy of like, take the lead while balancing that divine feminine, divine masculine energy. So again, continuing to find your balance and find that strength where you need to find the strength, but also that softness where you need to find that softness. So I think that's going to be really important for you all as you move through this month, to, if something feels like you're falling into an extreme with your masculine energy or your feminine energy, to try to find your way back to balance, okay? And so as we look at the energies for March, I broke it down into 4 weeks. And the first week, again, we have this energy of balance, giving and receiving, very masculine, very feminine energies. And finding the balance between the two. But this feels like it's, again, within the material world. So I do feel like for some of you, this could be, again, you get a promotion or a new job with added responsibility and pressure, and you need to find your balance so that you can sustain whatever this is. Okay, so it's kind of like you have this opportunity to build something here. And you want to make sure that you're building a solid foundation, that you're building solid, walls to kind of keep the storm out. Kind of like you're building your own house when it comes to whatever this is. So it's kind of like, if this is a new career, then you want to build this career house in a way that's sustainable. And if it's all action and all pressure and all, very masculine energies, that's not sustainable long term. So again, this is going to be a time where you'll be potentially faced with this new opportunity that could feel heavy masculine or heavy feminine. And you're just being asked to take the time to figure out how you want to proceed forward in finding that balance. Okay, so again, that's going to be the giving and the receiving. This can also be around what I was talking about, where powerful people or people in authority or somebody who is an expert is willing and able to help you at this time to achieve something or to help you to build that house, right? So the key is, and sometimes this can be hard for sevens, but it's going to be hard for humans, but especially for sevens who often tend to want to do it themselves. This is going to be a time where you just need to ask. You need to ask for what you need. Even, you need to ask those people who appear to be in a higher role than you are. And remember that we are all equals. How, what we attract and what we do for a profession and those sort of things are different. And that's where, sometimes it can look like somebody is in a more powerful position than we are. But that's ultimately an illusion, because we are all equal. It's just that, again, how we express ourselves, what our gifts are, what kind of recognition we attract towards ourselves, that sort of thing creates the illusion of authority. And so, without going too deeply into that, my point is that if there's somebody that is in an authoritative position, or in a position where you feel like they have a tremendous amount of power, or that they are the expert in that area, and you feel intimidated to ask them for help because you don't feel worthy, then there's going to be an opportunity for you to explore that so that you can find that confidence within yourself to ask for the help that you need. And this is a great energy. This 8 energy is a great energy for them saying yes, for them to see the potential of whatever this is and want to help. This can also be a reminder if you yourself are in a position where you have some kind of power or, expertise or authority or whatever the case may be. if someone comes to you, this is going to be a call, asking for help. This is going to be a call to really search from within and see if you can accommodate that, if you can work with this person and, maybe it's a mentorship or something like that, but assist in some way. So I do feel like this is going to come up for you all at this time. In some capacity, some way. And the key is, if you are on the receiving end of that, to, again, do so graciously if you can, right? If it calls to you, if it feels like you've got the time and resources to be able to help, then help. If you're on the side where you need to be asking somebody of authority or power to help you, then this is a call to sort of move beyond any pride, move beyond any feelings of inferiority, and ask, because you won't know if you don't ask, okay? So again, with this 8 energy is very supported as far as asking for help and receiving help at this time. So try not to allow any intimidation or anything like that to stand in the way of you getting what it is that you're trying to, reaching whatever goal it is that you're trying to reach. Because we're not an island, and we need to, sometimes we need to ask for help in places we wouldn't normally ask for help. So, okay, and then we move into the second week of March, and it's interesting what's immediately coming in is like this energy of like celebration, energy of feeling really, it's a very feminine energy actually. It's very maternal. So it could be that that you're finding out that you're pregnant or that you are giving birth at this time. It feels like, again, there's this energy of celebration. So it feels like something that you've probably wanted or something like that. But yeah, so for some of you, it could quite literally be that you're finding out you're pregnant, or you're having that conversation with your partner to start that process, or whatever the case may be, or you're actually giving birth. For others of you, where that's not relatable, there's this energy of like surrounding yourself with feminine energy. So that can be, and we all have masculine and feminine energy from within. So you may have a gender male friend who has very strong feminine energy, and this is a time to surround yourself with those people who sort of exude that feminine quality, who are very nurturing and supportive and loving and, able to receive and all of those things. So, and who are very calming in a sense, who sort of calm any stress that you may have in your life or help to ease that. So that's kind of what I'm feeling at this time is this is a call to sort of surround yourself with those people who put you at ease, where it doesn't feel like a lot of work, where it just feels like you can let your hair down and relax and be yourself and receive the support and the nurturing while you also return that. This can also be around an actual mother. So if there's a relationship there that needs some tender, loving care, this can be a time to do that. But it does feel very light, power, really beautiful energy. It doesn't feel heavy or anything like that. It just feels like this is a time for you to sort of to feel supported, or to show up in a way of support for another. So however that comes in, but yeah, if you have an opportunity to, again, surround yourself with that feminine energy, then this is a call to do that. As we move into the third week of March, there's kind of like this energy around a decision needing to be made. And the decision feels kind of, it's got the potential to be one of completion. So it's kind of like very finite. And that this energy can feel a little heavy because it feels like a big decision that needs to be made. And what I would say is, obviously, use your intuition when it comes to making this decision. Make sure you go within. We talked about with this 8 energy, those seeds that you plant are the ones that you're going to harvest. So make sure you actually want to harvest whatever this is that you're planting. And so I feel like there's some kind of decision here where it's like you need to make you have a choice, and you need to make, you need to be very decisive in your decision making. And whatever this is feels like once the decision's made, it's made. And so again, make sure that before you commit to something, I think that's more what it is. It feels like a very long-term commitment. Let's put it that way. Because I really am a believer that any decision or any choice you can change direction on. There's sometimes consequences of that. But this feels like something that you're committing to. So the key is to make sure that your decision takes into account the integrity of yourself as well as others who are involved in this choice. Like, how can you make a decision that will keep the integrity of the situation, if that makes sense? So, and where can you pull from your own integrity to make sure that the decision that you're making is helpful and not harmful to not only yourself, but those who are going to be involved with whatever this is. This is a really big call, again, to find that balance between your masculine and feminine, but to really draw from your intuition, to go within, to seek the answers for, how you want to move forward. Like, again, make sure that there's some kind of connection for you to whatever this is before you commit to it, if that makes sense. So, because this feels like a very long-term commitment. So again, this can be a variety of things because it's a general reading, but again, it's about finding your own balance and going within and making sure that there is some kind of connection for you, that you're not committing to whatever this is out of any lower vibe energy, like manipulation or influence by another or obligation that just doesn't serve you in any way. So again, before you make that commitment, before you draw up any paperwork or sign the dotted line, make sure that this seed that you are planting and choosing to commit to nourish, that is what you actually want to harvest in the end. Okay. And of course that can always change down the road, but in this moment, what does that feel like for you? Like, do you feel aligned with whatever this is? Because if you do, that's great. Then you've got the green light, go for it. If you don't, and you're just doing it out of obligation or because you're being manipulated by another to do it, then chances are this is going to be a little bit more of a struggle. Okay. So take that however it comes in for you. Then we move to the last week of the month. And there's this energy of like needing to pull from your inner strength. There's something where it's like you need to, again, go within and pull from your inner reserves to not say something or do something out of that's an emotional response, but if something triggers you or something comes up for you, that you need to pull from your inner strength before you respond. Like, again, make sure that you're doing it from a space of sort of the observer. Like, you have an opportunity, whatever this is, to observe the situation, take it all in, and then choose how you want to respond. That's in a way that, again, maintains your own integrity and the integrity of the situation and doesn't fuel the fire or create some kind of an extreme. You are able to, when you decide how it is that you want to proceed or how you want to interact, you're doing it from a more mature, emotionally mature way, so that, again, you're finding harmony and balance within the situation and bringing sort of that calm energy, as opposed to coming in with flames flaring and contributing to that forest fire, right? So this is going to be a time for contemplation, but seeing things from a different vantage point, seeing things from a different view. So again, you may need to remove yourself energetically from the situation for some time to be able to be the observer, so that it doesn't feel as personal, whatever this is. And this can, again, it's a general reading, so it can be a variety of things. But there's something to the idea that if you're in it, you're going to be too in it. And so you're going to not be seeing things clearly. So whatever this is, if it's a decision that needs to be made, if it's a relationship, if it's some kind of debate or whatever the case may be, if you're in it, you're not going to be able to see all sides. So you need to sort of remove yourself physically, energetically, to become the observer and to be able to make a decision from that rationale as opposed to being like deep in it and reacting, if that makes sense. So really what I'm getting is like, if there's, I don't know, if there's something like if you're having an argument with a loved one, it's kind of like, do you want to fuel that experience and prolong it? Or do you want to like be able to take a time out and remove yourself from the situation long enough to be able to look at other perspectives, to be able to maybe put yourself in the other person's shoes or become empathetic to the situation? Whatever the case may be, it's going to be different for everyone. So however it comes in for you, but there's definitely this energy around like pulling from your inner strength, pulling away from the idea that you need to be right at all costs, and really allowing yourself to see things from a different perspective, a different vantage point, okay? Because that's going to give you more clarity. That's going to give you the information that you need to be able to make a more enlightened decision around whatever this is, okay? So I hope that it's a beautiful March for you all. I feel like there's a lot of powerful things coming up for you guys, for sevens, but this is so you got this. So just remember Stag's message of take the lead, and really ultimately that's around taking the lead within your own life and following your own compass, your own intuition when it comes to making these decisions that are going to have an influence and an impact in your life long term. So only you can take up those reins. I mean, you can allow somebody else to do it, but then you're going in a direction that you have no control or say over. And that, of course, is giving your power away. And this energy is all about reclaiming your power from those who have taken it or where you have willingly given it. So powerful energies this month. I hope it's a beautiful month for you all. I will see you all again soon. Thank you so much. Take care. Bye for now.